WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
I can't believe I'm putting my voice to this.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Thank you for your irrelevant opinion.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry.
The first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say. I'm a broadcast journalist. I have a right to my opinion.
Oh, son of a...
I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary.
And there's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you. Absent my little sidekick, my the Gilligan to my skipper, if you will, Lucas. He's taking a rare day off, I guess. Something like that. He's not exactly Mr. No Days Off like Darren Young. A lot to talk about today. Oh, my goodness. First of all, I guess first of all, coming up in the second segment, we're anticipating C-Robb from the Ultimate Wrestling Federation. He's going to be calling in to talk about the UWF show in Northeast Philly tonight. More info on that coming up a little bit later, but a lot to talk about with WWE announcing a TV deal with NBCU. That's right, WWE and NBC Universal Cable and Entertainment, they have reached a multi-year agreement that will keep Raw on USA Network and SmackDown on Sci-Fi. Now, of note in the press release, the two key factors not mentioned are the number of years of the multi-year agreement and the dollar amount per year, so it's hard to say whether or not the deal was successful for WWE. And because of this, well, the stock, man, did it plummet.
That's a no good.
That is a no good, Nick Cataldi.
That's no good.
Pushing the buttons, turning the dials.
Hey.
I didn't get the chance to get that in there yet. I was so eager to get to this notable news. Yes. WWE stock plummeting following the announcement early yesterday morning.
It got drop kicked.
It got it got drop kicked.
It got body slammed.
It got suplexed.
Oh man. And the sleeper hold being put on it presently. Oh
yes, a stock suplex to say the least.
Aren't you afraid with all this comedy that I just might take over the show? I mean, but go ahead.
Not remotely.
Okay. Oh,
the remote was last week.
Yeah, right. I'm going to say.
Yeah,
very good. Yeah, you're catching. Yeah, I like that.
Every once in a while. It's amazing what you can do on 2 hours sleep. Anyway, yes, following WWE's announcement early yesterday morning of the new TV deal with NBC Universal, WWE stock fell 44% yesterday.
That's
closing at $11.27 per share compared to $19.93 per share on Thursday. Which, yeah, would be...
Why would you think that would happen? Or do you have any idea? Or?
Well, actually, it's good that you say that. I have that right here in my notes next. It's as if you're following the crib notes along.
Son of a gun. I was just...
Yeah, just a thing. No, the reason for the fall, the deal was rumored to be a 50% increase in value as compared to expectations that this new deal would be anywhere from 2 to 3 times the current deal of $140 million per year. So maybe they only got it for $200 million and they were expecting, I don't know, $300 million, maybe even $400 million per year. Yeah, they were expecting... I don't want to say NFL level type TV deal, but they were expecting considerably larger than what they apparently got.
He already tried that with the XFL. So.
Yeah, the XFL in 2000, what was that, 2001,
something
and the
like that.
World Bodybuilding Federation back in 91.
I have an XFL mini football.
You do?
Yes, I
that's
do.
a collector's
yes,
item.
Yes, it is.
Right
I think it is. I don't have it's not the regulation size. It's a small one, though. But I kept
a mini football.
I actually watched a couple games.
You must have been one of the few then.
Well, the problem was...
You had nothing going on a Saturday,
when
apparently.
they got me at the hospital, the doctor said, you got to stop watching those games. You're going to break your ribs, laughing. And, And he says, you're just going to keep falling down laughing, and it's not going to help you any, It was the worst football I'd ever seen. I seen pickup games in a field that were better. I'm not kidding.
Some elementary schoolers.
Oh, yeah. Even when I played as a kid in my teens, my early teens, stuff like that, I seen better touch football games,
Go figure. Well,
yeah.
The NFL implemented a couple of things from it, but the rest of it, they just said, to heck with it. For good reason. Now, the aftermath of all this.
Right.
WWE has announced a special Business Outlook conference call, Business Outlook in inverted commas, on Monday to discuss WWE's 2014 and 2015 Business Outlook, hence the name. WWE will be looking to damage control or emphasize a long-term view on WWE Network and the TV renewal with NBC Universal. Yeah, pretty much damage control. The conference call will be hosted by Vince McMahon and financial executive George Barrios at 11 a.m. Eastern on Monday. So, yeah, there are panic in the streets, understandably so, and go over in Titan Towers in Stamford, Connecticut. A lot of money was to be lost, and Vinnie Mac's wallet is certainly one of those that's hurting. WWE CEO Vince McMahon feeling the sting of the stock slump. Forbes reporting that he lost $350 million yesterday based on the sharp decline in WWE's stock price.
Oh, I'm trying to keep my stuff.
Yeah, I know. Shedding a few tears there.
Yeah.
McMahon saw his estimated net worth fall to $750 million.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I know.
I can't take it.
He's like rich Uncle Pennybags on the Monopoly box.
Is that always,
He's just pockets turned out, the tuxedo, the little frowny face.
I know. Is that always worth now? Oh, my God.
Yes, that bumps him from the Billionaires Club.
Oh,
and he
no. This is only getting worse. Why you do this to me, Fearon?
I hate to bring bad news, but if there's no news, and I don't have much to talk about, do I?
God. Oh, well.
Your Academy Award is going to be in the mail.
You think I really wasn't feeling bad, don't you?
You couldn't kayfabe that one on me, no. Not even close.
I was trying.
But yes, that bumped him from the Billionaires Club that he rejoined earlier this year when WWE's stock price skyrocketed to over $30 per share. And now in a whopping 2 months' time, it has fallen to a third of that. Despite that, WWE cracking USA Today's list of most unusual public companies. This I thought was kind of funny. WWE is the third company listed in a USA Today website piece on the most unusual public companies. Finishing third behind GW Pharmaceuticals, which provides medicine with cannabis ingredients, so it wouldn't surprise me if Rob Van Dam invested in that. As well as Clean Energy Fuels Corporation, which transports natural gas as opposed to traditional gasoline or diesel fuel. I was debating making some sort of either a Kevin Nash diesel joke or, as far as natural gas, making a Bastion Booger joke, but I'm better off going past it and just moving on. And we'll get to the phones instead. That might not be a bad idea per se. So we'll go ahead and fire up the Gantner, and we'll bring up
we have
Ed, I believe we've got.
Whoops.
Thought we had Ed. Now we have Ed. I think we do.
Hello?
There he is.
There he is.
Hello?
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you just fine, Ed.
Good afternoon. You probably know about RLH tickets on sale.
I've heard rumblings about it, but go ahead and tell the folks.
August 9th for the Summer Heat Tour. They're on sale now for the National Guard Armory in the Northeast.
In Northeast Philly, just outside of Ben Salem there. So Ring of Honor coming back to town in the late summer.
Yes. And House Parkway is coming to the Armory as well.
That's on June 7th, I believe. That's not too far away. It's only a couple weeks now, right? 3 weeks from now.
Dreamer and the Best is their main event.
That's right. I know Rob has been pushing. Well, he's been pushing a lot of stuff, helping out with Tommy Dreamer's promotion, House of Hardcore.
And I hope to see you at Wrestling with Disaster.
Oh, I will most certainly be there. In fact, I will be there front and center, as will Lucas the intern. We've already got. We bought the pristine package, and. So we will be there front row for the event. We'll be at the autograph session prior, as well as the after party following the event. And in case you haven't gotten your tickets for it, and this is the collective you, not necessarily you specifically, Ed, you can get your tickets at wrestlingwithdisaster.com. That's only, we're only, 4 weeks away now? June 14th, and that's down at the old ECW Arena. And the card is absolutely stacked. Looking forward to it. Lots of representatives from the Monster Factory, which... Actually, let me quick throw that out there now, even though they're not listening because they're obviously training. But best of luck today to all of my friends over at the Monster Factory attending the Gerald Briscoe Invitational Seminar and Talent Evaluation. Hopefully, Jerry puts in a good word to you guys, for you guys, to Mr. McMahon once he's done foaming at the mouth over his $350 million loss. Thank you, Nick.
Chikara's back in town.
Chikara's back in town, too?
Yeah, they're running out of Houston at the end of next week.
Okay, I'll admit my familiarity with Chikara is a little minimal. The most I know about it was the remote that we dare not speak of, where I talked with Mike Quackenbush back in the day, and Sarah Del Rey, and pre-Cesaro Claudio Castagnoli. I know, it feels like forever ago, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think he's retired, Quackenbush.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not sure, but
I'm not sure either. I haven't exactly followed up.
You know, he's like doing a Terry Funk. one month he's retired, and the next you see him on the indie scene again. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Facebook feedback coming in like crazy. Ed, thanks so much for the call. I'm up against it. We'll get one more. We'll get one more, and we'll get Ron here before the break. So we've got plenty of room for C-Robb scheduled to join us in the second segment. Ron, what's going on? Ron from Morrisville.
How you doing?
Not too bad. What's going on?
I'm a little disappointed with TNA this week. The fact that MVP and now I hear Bobby Lashley in there as also. It doesn't make sense. I mean, Bobby Lashley, I thought he was coming out to help Eric Young, and it was
and he turned on Eric Young and seems to be alongside of MVP, the evil authority figure now. It seems like TNA just can't seem to get away from an evil authority figure. I mean, Dixie Carter. Before that, you had, Hogan and Bischoff, and now you've got MVP. It just seems like it's been this constant kind of rehashing of trying to recreate what was done originally and best by, Austin and McMahon 15 years ago.
I mean,
16 years ago.
Dixie Carter first, and then now him, and I got to. Is there anybody out there that's going to favor the babyface wrestlers or what? I mean, it sounds like Daniel Bryan all over again, and who's going to believe Stephanie McMahon? And it's being sincere, saying she's sorry for what Kane did, but Daniel Bryan had to take time off anyway because neck surgery.
Yeah, I was going to go over the neck surgery in a little bit, but. Yeah, for those who didn't hear or didn't watch this past week, Daniel Bryan did legitimately undergo neck surgery. He announced this past Monday on Raw that he needed the surgery, wasn't sure how long he'd be out. And he had the procedure successfully done this past Thursday. And a little bit later, I'll delve a little bit more into what the procedure was and what the timetable should be for his return. And that's courtesy to medical expert Jay Hunter, our good friends over at OSW Review.
Now, let me ask you. Now, with Daniel Bryan being out, does that mean the title's gonna be in jeopardy, right? Because he has to be defended every 30 days, right?
Funny you should ask that, because the state of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, mate, will be addressed by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon this coming Monday on Raw, which is going to be taped in jolly old London.
No, but I mean, I'm looking at, like, you see Daniel Bryan's going to be out. And they used him just like they used with Eric Young as guys that are, less experienced for having the title. Somebody who's next in line. for WWE would probably be Sheamus, because Sheamus is the United States champion, or maybe Wade Barrett because he's the Intercontinental champion. I mean.
Well, I don't know if they want to. I mean, the only way they'd do that is if they went for the title and got it. I guess they'd have to forfeit the Intercontinental or U.S. title, respectively, and maybe have some sort of a tournament for that. They could do a tournament for the title at Payback. There's only 2 matches announced so far, and Payback, it's a couple weeks away, 2 weeks from tomorrow. So maybe they're waiting on the diagnosis before they determine how the rest of the card's going to shape up. Maybe they could do, I don't know, an 8-man tournament that would mean 7 matches plus the 2 you already have between Cena, Wyatt, and the Shield and Evolution. So I don't know. It'd probably be a 4-man tournament and have 3 matches. That's a possibility.
You mentioned the Shield, but I was told Roman Reigns is going to be out for some time too.
Well, Roman Reigns got a little dinged up during this European tour. He suffered a cut above his right eye during the Glasgow, Scotland live event on Wednesday, and he released a photo of the cut on his Twitter page. If you want to check it out, go ahead. I'd advise to avoid it. I'm still shuddering thinking about it after having seen it. So he had a nasty gash, but it's nothing that can't be taped up and have him keep on going.
It seems like the WWE's got nobodies as their champion. I mean, like you got the Usos, or I call them nobody. You got Wade Barrett, he's a nobody. Like I said, if there was somebody with like 4 or 5 years experience as a title holder, then it'd be all right. But I mean, you got people.
Well, the problem is that anybody who could have that potential has already been devalued completely by John Cena.
And John Cena's not even a champion right now. He's
embroiled in this feud with Bray Wyatt, exactly. So WWE has kind of painted themselves into a corner.
And how long is that going to last? I mean, is this going to go throughout the whole summer, maybe SummerSlam and beyond? Because this feud is so far the longest going feud.
Well, I think a lot of the plans, long-term and short-term, could have... Well, it could be a ripple effect of whatever the projected healing time is for Daniel Bryan in this neck surgery.
Okay, and it's Batista leaving. I was reading that on the Bleacher Report they said that Batista is leaving. Is that been confirmed?
That's been thrown around. There's rumblings going around that Batista apparently isn't getting what he was promised. I guess they promised him a title run during this return to promote Guardians of the Galaxy, which is coming out in August. That hasn't happened yet. And, I mean, maybe this Daniel Bryan injury opens the door for that, but then how do you get him out of this Shield versus Evolution feud that's going on right now? So there are a lot of questions and a lot of things up in the air right now, and that probably... both on camera and off camera, and I think that's what explains a lot of the shakiness, not only of the storylines, but also of the stock portfolio.
And I've also been reading that Sheamus is going to become a member of Evolution, too. And I can't see that with the way they're going around with him now.
Sheamus and Evolution.
I can't see Sheamus with Evolution. No, I can't see another heel turn with him.
I think you've been hanging around the mouse holes a little bit too long. Thanks so much for the call. Ron, what can you do? I know what we can do. We can take care of some business. Scheduled to join us coming up in just a few minutes, C-Robb from the Ultimate Wrestling Federation, the UWF, going to talk about the show in Northeast Philly tonight, which I'm going to be a part of, as I found out this past week.
Yay! You get a yay for that.
Oh, I even get a yay for that. Wow.
Yes, you do.
I was taken aback.
I'm lending you one.
You're lending me a yay.
Yes, I am.
You'll take it right back on the other side of this break.
Perhaps.
That's usually how these things go. All right, we'll take care of some business. C-Robb on the other side. More news and notes today in wrestling history. Some interesting birthdays and reaction to some Facebook feedback. A lot of talk of this Monday, May 19th, and why it's significant to Kane. We'll talk about that coming up as well. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
It would not surprise me if you attempted to blast Motorhead just in the hopes.
Revolution is a mystery.
Okay, that's enough. I'm going to stop there. Yeah, this isn't Don't Forget the Lyrics, and I am not Wayne Brady. And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your host, Fearon Derry. Okay, we got to get back to wrestling. We're going squirrel, just ADHD all over the place.
And me without my Ritalin. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you. Not alongside Lucas the intern, but we do have the one, the only, the illustrious Nick Cataldi.
Yay!
Pushing the buttons, turning the dials. And joining us on the line from the Ultimate Wrestling Federation, none other than C-Robb. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Gearing up for tonight. We got a nice little exhibition show going on down at our training facility on Torresdale Avenue, and I believe we got a BA ring announcer for tonight too.
Well, I was gonna say you brought in Billy Gunn for this. That's the only BA that I can. No, it's.
No, that would be you, my friend.
Yes, I have been tapped to do the ring announcing, which I have done for the UWF on a couple of occasions, but it has been a while, so I'll see if I can shake off the pipes a little bit, and we'll see what happens. I can't guarantee greatness, but I don't know. I'm going to go Tito Santana. I'm going to do my best. Arriba.
Yeah. It'll be good. We got a lot of good things, going on right now with the Ultimate Wrestling Federation, with opening up the school partnership with New Falls Fitness in Levittown. They have a boxing and MMA gym down there, so you can expect to see a few good matches tonight. Also, there will be a boxing exhibition and an MMA exhibition tonight during the show. So it should be good, and it's just for us to showcase, what we're doing and what we can provide training-wise as far as professional wrestling training. So,
okay.
It should be fun. Tickets, are only $10 for adults, $7 for children.
$7 for kids, so it's not going to break the bank.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Especially good if you invested in WWE stock. You could use the price break at the moment.
Yeah. We're definitely not going to break the bank, But that's not what Moose Moretti wants to do. His ultimate goal is to give back, and I'm just happy to be a part of the Ultimate Wrestling Federation. He's been for the last 6 months. He's been giving back to the YMCA in Fairless Hills, and sometime in July we're going to be doing a show. July 12th, we're trying to change the venue, but we're gonna do a show for Team Frank to raise some money for him. For those who aren't familiar with him, he's a boy from Levittown who was diagnosed with a terminal brain cancer, and was given a short window of life expectancy, and we just want to help him out. He's a huge wrestling fan. He's already had his wish granted by John Cena, and we just want to give back to him. So that should be nice too.
That's terrific, and that's coming up in July. You said July 12th. The venue yet to be determined.
Yes, we're working on getting a larger venue for that show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and all the proceeds from that show will go directly towards Team Frank.
That is good to hear. But talking a little bit about tonight, some of the wrestlers, and you said there's also MMA and boxing going on as well. So it's a mixed card. It's a little something for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be something for everyone. We have myself. I will be defending the UWF Keystone State title against Nubius Black in his rematch. He finally pulled out his rematch clause, and so I'll get to defend the title against him. We have the Reflection of Perfection, Ryan Chatham, on the show. Eddie Van Hazard, of course, Rocco Murder, and Dirty Don Montoya, my cohorts in the Evil Iron Motorcycle Club, and a few new guys coming in tonight too. The Black Mafia is coming in tonight, and also Iron Man Damian Black will be on the card tonight.
I mean, the main event already has me intrigued. I mean, knowing you, and I've known Nubius for quite a while. Thank goodness I don't have to make a prediction certain to go wrong in this. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I mean, knowing both of you guys, but I'll be right there in the middle of it. Just make sure I get out of the ring before things get a little too hectic. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I
don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, when my motorcycle crew's around, you never know what's going to happen. We've been known to mix it up with Short Sleeve Samson and Shovelhead Chuck in the past. We don't discriminate. We'll beat up on anyone, whether they're 6'6" or 4 foot tall. Doesn't matter to us.
Thankfully, I'm right in the middle at 5'9". So hopefully, there you go. Take out the big guys, take out the little guys, and I'll be just right in the middle.
Yeah. So, but it'll be fun tonight. We're looking forward to having you back in the UWF, and hopefully, a lot of people come out tonight.
All right. Now the address for tonight's it's 8001 Torresdale Avenue. That's in Northeast Philadelphia, I believe.
Yes, it is. It's real easy to get to. Take 95 to Academy, get off, get on the Torresdale, make a right at the light, and then we're down on the left-hand side, just past the first traffic light. You'll actually see signs for the UW. It'll say UWF Pro Wrestling here tonight.
Excellent. Nick, you look like you're ready to chime in. Your finger's over the button.
I was going to say the Holmesburg session because I used to live down there.
Oh, okay.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago. Oh, good. So you'll be there to direct traffic, is what you're saying? Maybe not.
Well, I just did direct traffic.
You just did direct. Okay, yeah, you're directing traffic from
here,
afar.
Right, exactly.
I see. Using your radio voice to direct the people to where they need to go.
Yes, my radio voice. Yeah.
Is that your Lucas impression?
No, that was my real voice.
It was your real voice for a second?
Anyway.
I get slagged for that later. Just having a little bit of fun. That's what we're trying to do, and hopefully there'll be fun, entertainment, and whatnot galore tonight at the UWF show, and that's 8001 Torresdale Avenue in Northeast Philly. Where can fans get more information about the Ultimate Wrestling Federation?
You can look us up on Facebook. We have the Ultimate Wrestling Federation training school link on Facebook, and we also will be going live sometime within the next couple weeks with our own UWF app on both iPhone and on Android. So that'll be exciting too. And
the Ultimate Wrestling Federation, there's an app for that, or at least there will be in a few weeks.
Yep, that app should be going live in the next few weeks.
Looking forward to that. The only wrestling app, apart from some news ones that I have, is obviously the WWE app. So, kind of intrigued to see. I wonder if that'll be a new thing. Independent organizations coming up with their own app. So maybe you're getting ahead of the curve in that regard.
Yeah, we're trying to. We have a lot of good guys working within the organization that we're trying to do our own thing, trying to provide wrestling fans with something different. And the fact that we're not out there trying to get rich off of this. We're out there trying to give back to the community that we've called home for, the Ultimate Wrestling Federation's called it home for almost 20 years. In October, they plan on doing a 20th anniversary show with a Hall of Fame induction, and we're trying to do more and more to give back to the community and to give them better independent pro wrestling in our area.
And there's, it's something certainly to look forward to. Yeah, there's a lot coming down the pike, and it starts tonight with the UWF in Northeast Philly on Torresdale Avenue. And if nothing else, you get to see me there.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe maybe they'll drive people away.
You're trying to bring the people in, Fearon.
Yeah.
You know, I have to be here.
I see what you did. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Okay.
What a mess.
I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but we'll...
Well, no, I appreciate a few minutes coming on, letting us know what's going on, and, looking forward to the event tonight. I'll be there. I don't know about dressed to the 9s, but maybe dressed to about the 6s.
I like that one. How's it going? Dressed to the 6s.
This is what, like I said, this is what happens when you're running on about 2 hours sleep. You never know what the hell I'm going to say.
You cheered me up after telling me that McMahon lost all that money, and I was feeling so sad. You know?
Oh, there we go. There we go. So, nice to feel somewhat.
Good luck tonight, C-Robb.
All right, thank you much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Doors open at 5:30, and showtime starts at 6.
Yes, very important, and I thought I had that here, but I did not. Okay, so 5:30 the doors open, 6 o'clock is the start time, so now I know when to report. So that would also be important. Yeah, I show up at 7. Where have you been? That's the last thing I need. Won't get too many calls for. Won't get too many calls for repeats. All right, C-Robb, thanks so much for chiming in. Greatly appreciate it. And looking forward to seeing you tonight. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for the call. Oh, good times here. All righty. Well, where do you go after that? I don't even know. I guess we'll take care of our second bit of business. We'll come back a litany of other news and notes. I'll get more into the neck surgery thing and. Also, why May 19th is important. I'll talk about that in a little bit, as well as some other Facebook feedback. John chiming in. We were talking about the pickup football games from earlier. He says, I've seen better pickup games at a bar.
Right.
Yeah, referring to the XFL.
No, he was right. He's right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know how that would work, and maybe it's probably better that I don't frequent those type of bars. And John also chiming in with a picture of Scrooge McDuck saying this is actual proof of how much Mr. McMahon has left.
What the other guy was saying was that pickup games at a bar probably had more skill involved.
Yeah.
I agree with him.
And also on the Facebook feedback, with the loss in revenues and Mr. McMahon's wallet now seeking immediate therapy, will there be a Black Monday or Black Friday kind of incident where we will see lots of wrestlers shown the door? And he adds in, hashtag hopefully Ryback, hashtag please let it be Ryder. Not a Zack Ryder fan. Okay. Neither taking care nor spiking your hair. That's probably not a bad thing.
No.
If I spiked my hair, I'd look like a black Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Z or something like that.
All right. Whatever that all meant.
I
liked it, though. It sounded...
Dead anime joke is dead. Okay.
It sounded good.
And Bob also chiming in, asking about the new character, Adam Rose. That's right. Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud. Is he supposed to be Austin Powers? I don't know if Austin Powers ever had a bunny in his entourage, but... I
don't know either.
I guess he kind of in a way is like a South African Austin Powers. I could get behind that. I don't know what else to go with it as. It's unique. It's kind of niche, I think.
Niche?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, we'll take care of some business. We'll come back and let this insanity continue. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, May 17. On this date in 1992, WCW held its Wrestle War pay-per-view. In the main event, Barry Windham, Dustin Rhodes, Nikita Koloff, Sting, and Ricky Steamboat defeated Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, Larry Zbyszko, Rick Rude, and Steve Austin in a War Games match. On this date in 1998, WCW held its Slamboree pay-per-view. In the main event, Sting and the Giant defeated Scott Hall and Kevin Nash to win the WCW World Tag Team Championship. On this date in 2009, WWE held its Judgment Day pay-per-view. In the main event, Edge pinned Jeff Hardy to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. This has been Today in Wrestling History, May 17.
You are listening to Pro Wrestling Weekly with Fearon Dairy.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Dairy here with you alongside Nick Cataldi.
Hey.
Pushing buttons, turning dials, keeping us on the air.
Aren't you glad you used dial? What's the rest?
I don't know.
Don't you wish everybody did?
That was before my time, and I don't.
So was George Washington, but you didn't know what a dollar bill is, right? And who was on it, right? Everybody says
yeah,
it.
but I pay attention to a dollar bill more than I do dial soap.
The point of, not me.
I'm more of an Irish Spring guy myself.
Actually, I favor it myself.
Or occasionally Old Spice.
Or right.
The hell did we get off topic like this? All right, I have no idea. All right, you know what it is?
You brought up dials.
Yeah, there we go. That's
and naturally, I floated away.
Of course it did.
Soap floats.
Oh, gosh. Well, during the commercial break, got a text message in from former co-host here, Richie Bleiweiss, saying, great show, don't be a lemon, be a rosebud. And then, of course, he throws in most awesome co-host ever. I slagged him by saying, I don't know, the kid Lucas gives you a run for your money. So I'm sure that'll be a battle royal somewhere down the road.
I thought he was talking about me. What a mug. You know.
That might have to be an event down at UWF at some point. Richie versus Lou.
I got a real grudge match now.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. All right. So I mentioned earlier the neck surgery, and we're going to say medical expert Jay Hunter from OSW Review, because love giving those lads a mention. They're fantastic, awesome. But Bryan had the procedure. It was called a posterior cervical foraminotomy, easy for me to say, which is far less serious than full neck surgery. Full recovery for non-athletes is 2 to 3 months, so you would imagine WWE standards, it'll be significantly shorter than that, probably a month tops. Jay Hunter's detailed explanation of the procedure. The spinal cord is protected by bones called vertebrae. Here we go, here's your health lesson for the day, which have holes where the cord splits off to different parts of the body, kind of like branches of a tree. When these holes get too small due to wear and tear, they pinch the nerve roots and cause numbness, weakness, and or stiffness of the neck and arms. Left untreated, it can get worse and may be permanent. So this procedure widens the holes to relieve the pressure on the nerve root to fix the problem. So that's what Daniel Bryan underwent this past Thursday, and because of it, the WWE Championship, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, is in a little bit of question as far as the status of it, and that's what will be answered this Monday.
All that?
All that.
All that.
Yeah, all that.
All that. Very good. I hope it gets better.
Fair enough. Oh, goodness. And some other news, the Hulkster's son released a music single.
Hey.
Yeah. Nick Hogan. He's released a new single called Damn that can be heard on SoundCloud.
No, let me go back a second. Good name for him, Nick. Bad name for a song, but go ahead.
Yeah. So you can check it out on SoundCloud if you look up DJ Nick Hogan. Now, I've listened to the track. It's of the electronic dance variety, so you won't be hearing it here on BCB anytime soon. And sadly, there is no cameo from Ron Simmons.
Okay.
Yeah, that was about chuckle-worthy, I know. Right. For the video gamers out there, I know there are a few of you. 2K15 release date has been pushed back. Yes, WWE and 2K Sports will not be releasing the WWE 2K15 video game in October, as they've pretty much done for the last umpteen years. Instead, they'll be releasing the game in early 2015, according to the Australian Capsule Computers website. The story listed March 2015 as the estimated release time, coinciding with WrestleMania 31. The main drawback is that the game would miss the Christmas season sales window.
They're selling Windows?
No.
Oh. Just trying to help.
No. Here we go. Here's something that's more in your wheelhouse and something that I left off of the Today in Wrestling history. On this date in 1963, Bruno Sammartino defeated the Nature Boy Buddy Rogers
in 48 seconds or something crazy.
Yeah, something really short to win the WWF Championship, beginning the longest ever title reign in the history of that title.
The Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
The Worldwide Wrestling Federation, yes.
Right.
Holding on to it for 2,803 days, or just a little over 7 years and 8 months consecutively. And we talk about long reigns here. I mean, to put it in perspective, we made a big deal of CM Punk's 434-day title reign a couple of years ago. That was the longest in the last couple decades. Sammartino's reign was 6.5 times longer than that. Just to kind of put that in perspective.
Go Bruno.
7 almost 8 years as champion. If Cena had that today, wrestling fans they'd be rioting in the streets.
Right. He had a piece of the action himself, out in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Yes. Sammartino. Studio wrestling, it was called. Now, I don't know about 63, but I know in the early 19th.
Yeah, that might have been,
Bill Cardell was the announcer. I used to watch it Saturdays.
Interesting. Good old JR returning to the broadcast table, but not for Jim Ross.
Oh.
Yeah. The black hat, slobber knocker, and all the different.
Is he trying to play the Dallas thing? JR Ross.
Oh no, Jim Ross is his real name.
Right. Well, John Ross was, JR.
J.R. Ewing. Yeah.
Right.
No.
Which I don't.
Coincidence.
I don't watch that remade. I didn't. You know what? I got sick of the old one, but that's okay. Go ahead.
It was all a dream, wasn't it?
God, that was repugnant. I mean, I stopped watching even before that.
Even before the dream season?
People said to me, well, how'd you know what the dream? I said, how could I miss it? It was in the paper and everything. I mean, it was in the news, Stupid. I said, people like you, I told this one girl, that people like you watch it because they know they can lie to you and get away with it. Dreams.
Awful. WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross.
At least wrestling was real. Yeah, go ahead.
I see what you did there. Jim Ross announcing that he will be taking part in the Fox Sports 1 broadcast of the Golden Boy Live boxing event on May 26th. It'll be held in Fort Bliss's Stout Fitness Center in El Paso, Texas. Easy for me to say. So, JR trying his hand at boxing commentary. He's done football, he's done wrestling, but boxing is something new and foreign to him.
I recall when Gorilla Monsoon had his column in the old Philadelphia Journal, he never made any reference to boxing when he was comparing the sport to something physical and violent. He'd always refer to hockey. And
I do know that hockey is a pretty physical and violent sport.
Yes, I know that.
I'm not going to go and compare it to boxing because that would just be unfair.
Well, the reason I say this is because it just seemed like he wanted to avoid some things. Like, in other words, if somebody had written into the Gorilla and said, your sport isn't on the level, he'd get all upset.
Yes.
No, like in boxing, for instance, a guy, when he throws a punch, he throws it from his shoulder and straight,
As opposed to kind of a wind-up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And he also doesn't stomp his foot, on the canvas like a wrestler does, Little things like that I noticed.
Gotcha.
Gee, I don't know where we get the idea that wrestling wasn't on the level then, but...
who knows? People had crazy ideas back then.
Also, see, boxers bled from the nose and under the eyes. Wrestlers got hit in the face and bled from the forehead. I mean, it just didn't add up.
Who knew? All right, a little segment we like to do somewhere near the end here, kind of make things a little more lighthearted. Birthdays.
I was being lighthearted, but go ahead.
Oh, we're lightening it even more.
Oh, okay.
We're lightening it like Michael Jackson's skin.
Yeah, right.
1975, former WCW Tag Team Television and Cruiserweight Champion Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright, turns 39 today.
Oh, he was born in 75.
He was born in 75.
Oh, for a
yeah.
second. I was thinking, who was that? I watched wrestling back then.
You watched that back then? Nah. He was being born off in Nuremberg, Germany.
Of course, there were different, federations.
Deutschland.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have to admit, as a teenager, I was doing that stupid Wonderkin dance that he was doing in WCW back in 94, 95, whenever that was. And I'm sure somebody's going to put that up on the Facebook fan page, probably right. John, and by all means, go ahead. And you know what? Since Lucas isn't here, and really because there aren't a lot of wrestling birthdays, and I know that Lucas is a huge comedy buff, I'm going to kind of slag on him a little bit to note some pretty notable comedian birthdays today. First off, born in 1956, the star of Full House and America's Funniest Home Videos, as well as former host of the game show 1 vs. 100, Philadelphia's own Bob Saget turns 58 today.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Yeah.
Philly boy.
Good old Danny Tanner.
Yeah. It's my daughter's name. I'm not kidding.
Your daughter's name is Danny?
Danielle.
Oh, Danielle. Ah, okay. I was going to say either that or your daughter's name's Tanner?
Yeah, that too.
It could work.
Yeah.
And then 1962, Scottish-born host of the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Craig Ferguson turns 52 today.
They're old guys.
Now, upon looking this up, I didn't know he's ending his run as the host of the Late Late Show as of this December.
Oh, I think I got to apply for the job, maybe. I did a late night show around here for how many years?
Yeah, you did.
6-7 years.
Yeah, almost. I stopped paying attention for the year, and the whole late night lineup is completely shaken up. Jay Leno's out as the host of Tonight Show again, and now Jimmy Fallon's the host.
I would have wanted the Reverend Al Sharpton.
I don't know.
Sure, I would have.
David Letterman's retiring, and Stephen Colbert's taking over for him, and now Craig Ferguson's leaving. I wonder if this opens the door for Leno making yet another return, trying to compete with Flair and Hogan for a number of unretirements. I don't know. That whole thing with Conan O'Brien back in 2010 really burned me. Not a fan of Jay Leno after that. Although his wrestling at WCW rode wild back in '98, that probably didn't help matters either.
I always liked Jay. Even before he was,
I was going to say, I'll show you his wrestling match, and you may change your opinion.
I don't judge. I don't judge everybody by their wrestling. Trust me.
I don't think he's that funny either.
It's not the criteria which I look at people.
All right, now back to the Facebook fan page. We only got a couple minutes here.
Boy, you take your job seriously. I love it.
Only a little bit. I'm not like Bret Hart when it comes to taking my job seriously. Probably fly down here from Calgary just to punch me in the face for saying that.
Okay.
No, I was always a fan of Bret's.
Yeah, now you joked about it. He's going to hit you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm your pal, Brett. Brother.
No, I am. I've gotten autographs from him. We're good. We're both Canadians. We got the thumbs up going, eh? All right. Ryan on the Facebook fan page, get out of this as quickly as possible. He says, just noticed that Raw next Monday is May 19th. Kane being the demon again and taking out Bryan, a coincidence? Now, and that led to questions of what's May 19th, and both Bob and Lucas were asking about that. Now, how it's significant to Kane, 3 different things that make the date relevant. May 19th, 2006 was the release date of Kane's movie, See No Evil. Now, leading up to the release of the movie, Kane would attack anyone who mentioned the date, May 19th. Which, okay. During Kane's match against the Big Show at Backlash, Kane's voice echoed through the arena saying, May 19, it's happening again, and they're all going to know. And that left Kane visibly shaken. Kane eventually noted in an interview on WWE television that May 19th was the date on which his mother and adopted family were killed in a fire. Of course, the one that Paul Bearer referenced back in '97 when Kane was first introduced. More recently, on May 19th of last year, Kane and Daniel Bryan lost the WWE World Tag Team Championship to Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns of The Shield in a Tornado Tag Team match at Extreme Rules. So, May 19th in all circles has not been a good day for Kane. So, I guess maybe because of that...
Well, he's very able, though. Oh, God, here I go again. Speaking of great comedians...
Going to end the show on that note.
Great comedians...
Where's my son of a beep? beep. That's about how I feel right now. All right, we'll be back next week, I think, I hope, maybe.
I'm sorry.
We'll see if WWE's stock has rebounded. We'll see if Vince has made some of that $350 million back. That's like 7 lost Senate campaigns for Linda McMahon. That's how much was lost yesterday.
Well,
because he already lost 2, and that was like $97 million. So, yeah.
It's a few years' pay for me around here, too.
Yeah, the few ice ages pay for you. Something like that. All right, Nick Cataldi's coming up next with country music. We'll be back next week.
The ball game's around here somewhere.
Oh, that's right. We got that, too. Trenton
About
Thunder.
1:30, I think they're going to come back.
Okay, Trenton Thunder baseball coming up next here on WBCB. I pay attention.
1490 WBCB, Levittown, Fairless Hills, Trenton.